Coming to you live from the Outback Steakhouse, it's Rob Has a Podcast. And now here's the man who's been throwing paint all over the newsroom tonight, trying to get to the bottom of this story to figure out who the guest is tonight, which BB17 guest is on the show tonight. It's Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday night Big Brother recap. And very excited. Thought this was a fun Big Brother tonight. A lot to talk through. And here she is, somebody who I guess didn't get an invite to the Outback Steakhouse. Here is from Big Brother 16. It's Jocasta Odom. Jocasta, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Doing great, Jocasta. How are you been?
I'm pretty good. Just hanging in there, trying to get rid of this Georgia heat and humidity. But other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, Jocasta, where's your invitation to the Outback? Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, my goodness. It's going in and out. I'm so sad. Like, hold up.
Okay, hold on. And while we're getting Jocasta set up, Brent, did you go to Outback Steakhouse for dinner tonight?
I have not gone to Outback Steakhouse for dinner tonight, and I just wanted to tell you, Rob, I'm actually, when you initially gave me an assignment and put me on Thursdays, I was a little annoyed because not really a lot happens between Wednesdays and Thursdays, but after experiencing the last 48 hours, I'm ready to go back to Thursdays. I'm ready.
Too much.
Yes.
Too much going on a Sunday. Busy weekend. Anytime you're going to have Vanessa in a situation of power, you know you're going to have a lot going on. So we will talk through all of that, talk through the love triangle, talk through Austin and the twins, and everything else going on. And, of course, we will get into talking live feeds later on in the show. We're live on robhasawebsite.com. We're also going to be taking your tweets later on in the show. Hashtag RHAP. All right. So Friday, I did get to speak with Audrey, and that exit interview is up on robhasawebsite.com. So hope you guys can check that out. I actually thought Audrey was very good in the exit interview. I know we were sort of worried about whether or not she was going to do press. Thought she was very friendly. Brett, did you have a chance to listen to that?
I did. I thought she owned her game pretty well. I thought she owned her mistakes pretty well. I don't think she had an explanation for some of her mistakes, but at least she owned them.
Yeah. All right, Jocasta, how you doing?
Okay. It's like going in and out for, I don't know what's going on.
Well,
but can you hear me well?
I can hear you okay, as long as you can hear me.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, well, good. Maybe things are improving. All right. So, Jocasta, I don't know where to start this off, but I guess were you happy to see BB17 get a big shout-out tonight? Or not? You know, Jocasta, why don't you try to jump out and then come back in? Sometimes that definitely improves things. If you close it out and then come back in. Sometimes what helps is that if you come out and then go back in. So if you close it out and then come back. Okay. We'll cut this part out of the audio podcast. All right, Brett. So Jocasta's having some technical difficulties, and
it happens. Yes, I've had it happen to me before.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like this is like the picking people for the veto ceremony.
Yes,
all right.
Exactly.
So Brent, let's talk about this tonight. We had Jackie and Vanessa as our HOHs, trying to figure out what was going to go on, but we had the subplot going on of Austin and his bright idea to tell Jason that he needed him, of all people, to be the person who was his confidant because he wants to get the other side of the house thinking about getting rid of Julia so he could be all alone with Liz. Really felt like this was a rough night for Austin.
It was a rough night for Austin. I don't know what he was thinking talking with Jason, other than the fact that they have had a little bit of a, faux bromance for the first few weeks. Austin was sort of playfully hitting on Jason a few times during the first few weeks, so maybe he thought he could talk to Jason. But Jason's one of the worst people to, give a secret to. He's just going to immediately go and tell his crew, and I don't know why Austin felt the need to do it and not tell Vanessa and Clay and Shelley that he was going to do this if he felt he needed to do so to make sure that the twins were protected.
Yeah, sometimes I guess the heart wants what the heart wants. It seems as though it was just not even a strategic move. Just like, boy, I'd really like to get with Liz, and if her sister's around, that's going to definitely be a buzzkill. So let me go ahead and pull this plan off and try to get Jason thinking about he should take out Julia.
Right, and the thing that they're not even mentioning is the fact that he did that hinky vote in the Thursday episode, which is also causing his week to be particularly rough. Which I don't know if they're going to address that at all. But him lying to Vanessa about the Jason conversation was definitely one of the first nails in his eventual coffin.
I mean, but why go to Jason of all people? I mean, doesn't Jason seem like he's close with Meg? He's going to tell all these other people what's going on.
Well, in Austin's point of view, that's the other side of the house. So if he can get to Jason and make sure that Jason's cool with the twins, he was trying to feel him out a little bit, doing it in a terrible way, giving away way too much information, but still trying to feel him out. I think he thought that would protect Liz and Julia for one more week.
All right.
But keep in mind that this conversation happened before the HOHs were crowned, so Austin didn't know what was going to happen going into week 5.
He didn't know exactly how it was going to break down. The Liz and Austin thing. This was a very damning episode, I feel like, for that, because there's definitely been a lot of talk during for at least online, of all people saying, boy, Austin's coming off like a creep with all this stuff going on with Liz, and there was, well, but does she like him, does she not like him? It definitely seemed like, from the conversations that we saw between Liz and Julia, it does not seem like Liz is over the moon for Austin. Over the dark moon.
Exactly. That's very, very well put. Actually, I don't think she is. She's just, I think she's flirting with him. There's not a lot to choose from in the house. Clay's already taken. I remember when we were talking about the girls initially, we thought that Liz would get with Clay. We never saw Shelley coming down the road. So I think maybe that was the plan initially, and when that blew up, she's like, well, there's not really a lot to choose from. It's Jason, James, and Austin.
Yeah. We have the twins in the diary room tonight making fun of that he has food in his beard. And
I know.
Love Julia. Yes.
And making fun of him. Did Julia call him a creep in the diary room also?
Oh, boy. I don't know if she called him a creep, but I mean, if she didn't say creep, she said it in so many words. I mean, Julia's not having much of Austin, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's really not digging Austin. And to her credit, she did not tell Liz exactly what Vanessa told her, which was impressive.
I was impressed by that, actually, because, on the live feeds, this isn't spoiling anything, but we were unsure what Julia had said to Liz. We thought maybe she had told Liz more than she's letting on. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Jocasta is back.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, how are we doing? Okay, now you can hear us better?
I can hear you. I had to use my phone.
That's great. That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
No problem. Okay, Jocasta, let me give you a proper introduction. Jocasta, how come you didn't get an invitation to go to the Outback?
I don't know. Maybe because they don't allow bow ties there.
Is that what's going on? Who from Big Brother 16 was it ultimately that made the cut? Who were the 3 people that were spotted at the Outback in the newsroom?
3 people that were spotted at the Outback in the newsroom.
Yes. Oh, right. Who were they?
Oh gosh, now you're testing me, Rob. I don't know. I know. Wasn't it Hayden, Devin, and Christine? I know Christine was up there because the other side actually did Cody for a long time.
Cody,
so,
they did.
Yeah,
they did.
yeah,
They
right,
did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Boy, Jocasta.
Dang it, I like steak.
Would you have liked to have been a fly on the wall for that conversation between Hayden, Devin, and Christine at the Outback?
Oh, of course I would have.
Your invitation must have got lost in the mail. I'm glad.
Especially Devin.
Yes, we all love Devin.
All right. Jocasta, to me, it really seems like Vanessa is very much starting to play the most dominant game in the house. And for us as viewers, it definitely is starting to feel a little bit like shades of Derek from your season. Are you seeing any similarity between Derek and the game that Vanessa is playing so far?
I think Vanessa is a Derek. But you know what? I absolutely think she's doing the best. Now, my 5-year-old thinks Clay's the best. We have a little argument going on. But I like Vanessa. I think she is, and she does remind me a lot like Derek.
Yeah, I think so too. At least so far from what we've seen. Brent, are you feeling the same way?
From what we've seen so far on the show, I think that if anybody in the house is closest to Derek, it's got to be Vanessa.
Yeah,
I agree.
What about when you factor in the live feeds? Are you getting the same thing, or is she just getting really good at it?
No. Derek was never this emotional. He played a lot more. He was a lot more close to the vest. You know, I think a lot of people never really knew where Derek stood until it was too late. And I think you can read it all over Vanessa's face where she stands.
Okay.
That's true about that. Now, her facial expressions, they do give her away.
Yeah. All right, Jocasta, tell me, who are the people that you're liking so far this season?
So the people that I like since my 5-year-old just walked in the room, I'm going to say Clay.
Why does he like Clay? What is it about Clay?
I don't, but Connor does. So,
hi, Connor.
Hey.
Aw, he's adorable.
Right,
Wow.
thank you. So definitely, I would go with Vanessa. I love Johnny Mac. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love Johnny Mac.
I know. Well, we didn't know what to do with ourselves. Johnny Mac doesn't go on the block this week. He has nothing to do. We might not see him.
I didn't know either. I was thinking to myself, well, dang, Johnny, what are you going to do? I mean, you're not taking Victoria's spot. You got to get back on that block.
But you feel like Johnny Mac is the new Victoria, Jocasta?
Well,
Who are you?
he kind of, at first, I thought that they were just going to keep putting him up every week. Every week. I literally thought that. But then when he didn't go up, I was like, okay. But I'm literally thinking, Steve, he kind of is, even though it seems as though he's not, but I forget about him sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
The same way people probably forgot about me. And but I literally forget about him sometimes. So I'm like, oh my gosh, if I forget about him in the house, they probably do too. And that's kind of what happens. And then you look around and you're like, oh dang, this dude is still here. You know?
Yeah.
So I kind of think he will kind of slip and slide through there. Shelly and Clay, not so much, because it's just out there like there's a Shelly and Clay, you know?
Yeah, but nobody ever seems to be coming for them.
But I think they will, if they're smart.
Now,
Vanessa is smart.
but she's with them.
But she just has to keep them, get her to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Then she has to break that up.
Yeah. Talk to me about, we started touching on this, about the Liz and Austin stuff. Of course, you played with Beast Mode Cowboy and Amber last season, and there was, now look, it looks like Austin and Liz have more of something than there ever was with Caleb and Amber. But can you talk about what that's like, where you're in a house where there is a feelings of one person really likes the other person is not so crazy about the other person?
It's kind of uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody remembers it, which I don't know, because you know, live feeds are definitely, okay, hold on. He's going to want to hear you. You'll get your chance. Hold up. With live feeds, you know, it's so selective. So I remember the situation was just so uncomfortable, where the night that Devin, me, and Brittany decided to work together, which, see, that means that people didn't know that, which I found out a lot of people didn't, but okay. When we decided to work together, I told them I would go down. Okay, I'm going to send you downstairs. I told them that I was going downstairs, and I was going to pit Cody and Caleb some kind of way against each other to start some mess. So when Caleb started thinking that Cody and Amber were together, it's because Caleb was like, Jocasta, where's Amber? I said, oh, I think I just saw her hugging Cody, but don't go bother them. You
Wait,
know?
this was your fault? All the distress for Amber was all started by you?
And so this was like, we had to get something in order to kind of figure out, I don't know why the heck, because I was like, Devin, I'm not going to let anybody know that I'm talking to you. And they're not going to believe it. So I was like, some kind of way we have to get you to stay here since you now want to work with me and Brittany, you know? But it didn't work. But we tried that little tactic and it didn't work. So now that's what you have to do. You kind of have to figure out some kind of way to break that couple up, make them upset with each other. But it wasn't because Amber didn't like Caleb.
Yeah.
So that was easy. But Shelly and Clay, that's going to be different.
Yeah. Now, tonight we saw where Austin ended up telling this whole story to to Jason about how he wants to get Julia out of the house, and of course it got back to Vanessa. If you're Vanessa, is it the right idea to want to target somebody who was in your alliance but you can't trust them? Is it better to keep that person still in the fold, or is it better to take out somebody that you know is working with the other side?
See, I think Austin does have to go. The only reason I'm going to say that is because this is not his first time. You know, he's jumped on this rodeo a couple times now. And so now she's feeling that, wait a minute, you know what, this dude, he has to go. I do not trust him at all. And I'm like, okay, we can't throw him very far, so he got to go well. And the only place you got to go in the Big Brother house is out.
Yeah.
So he definitely has to go, unfortunately. I mean, he's talking too much. He's like, and Joey, I love you, Joey. I love you. No shade at all. But he's
No
kind of
shade.
like Joey. No shade, but this is the tea. He's kind of like Joey. He's just talking to everybody, and you gotta be quiet. You gotta be quiet. Yeah. He's bringing everybody in this loop, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
What is he doing? He's doing the same thing Audrey was doing when she was bringing people. You know, they're coming in like flies.
Well, we made the comparison between Audrey and Devin a lot in the beginning of the season. Did you see any of Devin in Audrey?
Yeah. And you know what? I absolutely love me some Devin. Outside of the house, we have become like this. So I love. But inside, yeah. Audrey and Devin, yes, most definitely.
Now, Jocasta, a lot of people were bringing you up last week when we had the veto meeting where it was Audrey was not in attendance, where people remembered where they picked people for the veto competition and you weren't able to make it. What did you think about Audrey not showing up for the veto meeting last week?
Okay, I thought it was weird, you know, and I mean, literally, serious business. I dang near thought I was dying. I didn't know I was gonna be alive. Am I alive now? Is the question.
Yeah.
But I thought life was over. It's like it's the end of the world as we know it, and Jocasta was gone. So there's a huge difference in that. But with her, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things. You in that house, people saying I was gonna do a million things, even brought props in there to lie with, okay? And I ended up like fake hugging everybody because that's the only way I could last. It's like that house is serious. It's not like sitting on your couch, laying in your bed, being able to push pause when you want to stop watching. Okay? Pause button in Big Brother house. It's serious. So I feel my girl, and you know, Audrey is a Georgia peach, so I got her back on that one.
Okay. So with these people that are going up on the block tonight, so we ended up seeing where Jackie and Vanessa come together. We thought that maybe there was going to be some beef between the two of them. They all seemed like they were on the same page to start off. And Jackie had the two people that already put her up in James and Liz. She's able to pay them back. for Vanessa, it's a little trickier. She has to find people that are going to win the Battle of the Block this week, so she doesn't have to be the HOH for the rest of the week. And she ends up going with Clay and Becky. What do you think of Connor's boy Clay deciding to go up on the block?
I thought that I would never, ever, ever say, I'll do it. But you know what? These people in the house are not going to realize that this is a grand opportunity, because if he's still sitting there, get him out.
Yeah. Yeah. But they
get him out. And this is, the women are not seeing this, okay? The women are not seeing that the women are dominating. And they're not seeing, well, duh, maybe I should keep these heifers. Like, maybe we should try to get the men and keep flicking them. Like, no offense, no shade, men, no shade. But let's just flick them off one by one, you know? But they're not thinking that, and that is something I've seen. Like, come on, chicas, let's get them out. Let's get them out. And just pluck old Clay out. Pluck him out. Pluck him out.
Yeah, these Battle of the Blocks are such a crapshoot that how could anybody say, oh, well, I'm going to put you two up, you two win it, you two go ahead and throw it. I mean, you never know what it's going to be. We've seen every time it seems like that you send people up there, okay, you know, Beast Mode Cowboy's going to throw it or this person's going to win it.
Yes! While Jocasta dies.
Yeah, it's such a crapshoot with all this. Yeah, but Jocasta, we even had a Becky.
And you know something?
What's that?
They love throwing the B.O.B.
Yeah.
Like, and that, I think, you know, I hear a lot of people say they like it. I pulled up in the drive-thru last night. It was crazy. And this girl goes, oh, my God, it's Mama J. And I was like, oh, my God, it's you. And so she wants to talk to me about Audrey. And then about the whole girl thing, you know, they should come together, and the Battle of the Block. She was like, why are we throwing this thing? And who said it was America's favorite?
Well, so the girl at the drive-thru has, like, her own podcast that she...
Oh, my... At the drive-thru. You know, and the funny thing about it, when she yells to the other people that I'm in the drive-thru, and they come up, and I'm like, well, hello, everyone who works here. And are we going to talk about Big Brother? Cool.
Yeah, as the cars were starting to pile up. Yeah. Now, Jocasta, that wasn't the drive-thru of the Outback, was it?
No.
No.
Okay.
What does Connor want to say? I don't want him to be upset. What does he want to tell us?
You want to talk about Big Brother?
Got something in my hand that I can show.
You got something in your
Connor
hand?
has something in his hand that he wants to show.
I'm scared.
Okay, go ahead. They can't see it. Put it in.
All right, go higher. It looks like it is a train car. Is that for Becky? That's not the train that hit Becky?
Oh, gosh, no! Don't laugh, Connor.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, tell Rob you see him later.
All right, bye, Connor. I thought he was. You said that you brought props in. I thought that he was bringing. Props.
That is hilarious. That was some true shade. That was definitely a palm tree / some dogwoods. A few pine trees.
Oh my God.
Brent, what the heck is going on?
No tea, no shade, girl. I don't know. I've lost control of this one. Yeah.
It's a runaway train in itself. Okay. So for Vanessa, she's trying to get out of being the HOH, and of course, all of these plans in the Big Brother house always backfire. Jocasta, do you like the idea of trying to weasel your way out of being the HOH and try to put a plan into motion? Is that the right idea for Vanessa?
No.
Yeah, once you have that
because
HOH,
I wanted to be HOH, so
you need to hold on to it.
No, I mean, go ahead, suck it up. You're in there. Do what you have to do, and you can blame crap on everybody else. You can be like, oh, she told me this. Oh, he told me that. They usually believe that mess. So just do what you have to do and make a name for yourself. You're doing a great job. So just don't back out. I mean, who cares? You're there. Keep your little pack with Jackie and roll with it.
When Vanessa had to work on who was going to go up on the block for Jackie, I thought she did a really good job with James when she's in the room talking about this final 8 alliance. And that's almost Devin level proportions of a final 8 in a house with, 11 people in it? But she did a good job with James saying, like, oh, James, didn't you put Jackie up on the block back in the first week? Could you go up on the block? And James was all about it. But it seems like James is eating out of Vanessa's hands after he saw that picture of Vanessa's mom.
Mom.
Jocasta, what did you think of that?
Yeah. I mean, you're in a house. Think about this. Think about how many days they've been gone from home. Like, your emotions are like off the Richter scale. So he is like, I guess this would be considered a hornball. Like, he is going crazy. Like,
yeah, but he was like that on the first day. Like, he walked in and he was like, oh yes.
I know. But Brent, he has left the daggone house and went to somebody else's house, the mama. Like, dude, she's not even in the house.
Yeah. Well, that was like Caleb last season. And every time that somebody got a picture, and he would talk about, like, hey, who's your sister? Who's this friend, right?
Yeah. With Nicole's best friend. Yeah. I'll never forget that.
Now, if things, for whatever reason, don't work out with Vanessa's mom and her husband, if James moved in, James would be Vanessa's stepdad.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That would be pretty wild.
But that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Tell James I'll send up a prayer for you.
Okay, well,
What'll happen?
but it was so bizarre that Vanessa's having this conversation with Austin, and then James comes back, I just needed to tell you that I've really been thinking about how...
But isn't that creepy?
Yeah.
It was creepy. I love the editing on that. It was so serious when you know what's going on, that Austin's potentially going to get backdoored, and they're having a conversation, and she's checking to see if he's telling the truth, and all of a sudden James comes in and is like, I just want to tell you that your mom is really hot. Like, what? Like, well, where is this coming from?
Wait. Brent, your face, you still had a smile to it. No, dude was like, she's hot.
He was serious. Right?
Yeah, I thought he was going to stop. I thought he was going to tell her a game move.
Lick the lips.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this final 8 deal, it seems so wacky that I can't believe that people are buying it. Brent, everybody is like final 8. That's 8 is great.
For about 18 hours, I think
many.
Right, of course it's too many. Then they all, I mean, they were all just agreeing with each other so that, no one wanted to be the one person to say, I don't think this is such a good idea. But I think in their heads they know the truth, but outwardly they were like, yeah, this is perfect. Let's do a final 8. We're all going to get to jury, yay, or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
You know who else I thought was pretty good tonight? And somebody who I haven't given enough credit on the podcast this season is, I thought Shelley did a really good job of selling when Jason came to her. Because first off, I think that's big that Jason has this stuff. He tells Meg, and of course Jason and Meg are tight. But here's Shelley, who isn't in the alliance with him, is in the Sixth Sense alliance, but Jason feels comfortable enough with Shelley to be able to tell her this piece of information that he has, and he grabs her. And I thought she did a really good job of selling that this was all news to her. Jocasta, what's your take on Shelley?
I think Shelley's a good liar. I think she is. Kudos to Shelley.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously, look, her and Clay they've dominated this house. So what my take is this girl is good. I'm like, go heifer, do it. You got it. Because she's good. That's why the house, and that's the thing, like we want to be like so trust, but you got to start moving and pushing these people out. And the thing is, her and Clay, they're not going to get rid of one another. And you have to look at that at face value. And Shelley knows it. And she also knows her sweetness can get her far. Great
And
social game.
And I know that the Shelley and Clay thing, they're so powerful, but I almost feel like if Clay wasn't in the house, I feel like that's her Achilles heel. That's her weakness. If she was left in the house without Clay, I feel like she'd be an even bigger threat because she wouldn't have that weakness. Do you think that she's stronger with or without Clay, Jocasta?
Oh, wow. Dang, so you see Clay as a crutch then?
I don't know. I just feels like that's something that they could take away from her. Like she was even saying tonight at the end of the episode, she was like, "Boy, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be Panic City if Clay is up on the block on Thursday." And have something in the house that makes it Panic City, I feel like that's makes it worse. Even though it's an advantage to her for her to have him in the game as a number, I feel like that's also something that could potentially we see. Jocasta with Austin, that the heart can screw up the game for us. The heart can make things harder. He's in love with Liz, and he's being an idiot in the house. If Shelley has these feelings for Clay, that could be maybe blinding her to what's going on in other places. All this time that she's alone with Schmoopy, she could be talking to other people, and maybe she'd be a better player if he wasn't there.
I agree with you on that, and you know, I think people come in because they see things like a Brendan and a Rachel and Jordan and Jeff, and they want that because you've watched that on television, and it's easy to get that because your emotions, but literally you have to put that aside and be like, okay, well, maybe I'll hook up with this person when I get out this house because I came here for a reason. But she did say she came to meet somebody. Remember that? So it's like, Shelley, which is more important, meeting someone or winning the game? I don't know. And Austin said he didn't have to win. He wants the woman.
Yeah, and he's not going to get either. And he's not going to get his girlfriend back home either.
Right? Yeah, that's completely lost. Completely lost in the edit is the fact that Austin came onto the show saying he has a girlfriend.
Right? He has a girl. Brent, he has a girlfriend at home?
I think he had a girlfriend at home.
Had a girlfriend at home.
Yeah.
He had a Felicia. Felicia gone. Bye, Felicia.
So he has this girl at home, and then he's he's going all in. He's going to lose the game. He's going to lose the girl.
He's losing a lot.
He's going to come back.
It's not a win-win in this situation.
Yeah. Right, Rob, I had a question for you, really. I want to ask Jocasta something, because Austin, this isn't spoiling anything, but Austin said this on the feeds. He said, this is a quote from him. He said, "I was going to be on Big Brother 16. I was in sequester, but my girlfriend told me that she would break up with me if I did it." So, did you ever see this guy when you were in casting or in sequester for Big Brother 16?
Or at the Outback?
No, I would have remembered seeing the Game of Thrones guy. I didn't see him.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. They must do a good job of keeping you guys separate then. Yeah.
Or he's lying.
I would have remembered.
I think he was definitely in the mix. I don't know how far he made it, but he said he was in sequester, so who knows? Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I like Austin. I wanted to see him do good, but you can't defend what he's doing.
So, well, never mind. Maybe I can't say that. I don't
say
know
it. Say it. What did you say, Jocasta?
Never mind.
No.
I have been doing an interview on the radio, and I've gotten a phone call from CBS. Tell Jocasta to stop.
What kind of stuff are you saying at the point to stop? What kinds of stuff are you saying?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Moving on. Let's go on.
Okay. All right. I want to open this up to questions. Brent, is there anything else from the episode that we felt like we didn't touch on?
No, I think the narrative was pretty good. They covered everything. They covered the 8-person alliance. They covered Austin's Operation Jason. They covered his. They didn't cover his hinky vote, but I feel like that will probably be addressed in Wednesday's episode.
Okay,
guys,
hold on.
Yeah. So let me jump in really quick.
Yeah.
So how did you feel? I know we talked about Shelley and Jason going to Shelley. Do you think Jason should have just kept that to himself?
No, I think it was a good idea that he went directly to Shelley because Jason might have been under the hot seat this week, and by going to Shelley and exposing Austin, it just gave him more ammo to get Austin and the twins out of the house, and that is one of Jason's targets.
Yeah, so he can still last.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it seems so cut and dry to us watching the TV show, but how does these people not know about the alliance between Vanessa and Shelley and Clay and Austin and Liz? I mean, Brent, am I being hard on these people?
I think it maybe being a little bit hard on them, but I mean, Audrey. One of the things that she said on the way out was she told James that there is an alliance between the 6 people that are in the Sixth Sense Alliance. So the twins, Clay and Shelley, and Vanessa and Austin. Nobody seems to believe her. Of course, Clay and Shelley have deflected, but it is out there in the universe of Big Brother in the house that there's a possible 6-person alliance. And I think they're trying to keep their distance because of that.
Jocasta,
they're doing a good job.
These things are harder to see when you're in the house. Yeah.
And it is harder to see when you're in the house, but then there are ways to figure it out. Of course, I wish I could say it, but there are definitely ways to figure it out. And in interviews after the show that I did, doing the red carpet and everything, and people said, oh my gosh, you figured out that it was Derek. Why didn't you say anything? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, when was I supposed to do that? Because literally, I would not have made it even where I was. And once Donnie and I talked about it, Donnie and I had to separate for a few days because he was like, they know we're working together, Jocasta. They don't just think we're just together because we're like the oldest people. Like, they know. So right. I was just like, oh crap. But at that point, you can't say anything. And those who have figured it out, like, I would like, the reason I have, what is it called, the GIFs, is because the ones where I'm rolling my eyes or I'm doing certain things, is because I wanted America to know, let's get that straight right now, America. I wanted America to know that I'm no fool, that I did know how to play the game. I had to play it the way that I had to do it. It was no other way. I was an outsider. And so
right, and you never had power.
How?
Yeah,
no,
that's the big thing.
You have to figure out the best way to last. Because you don't know. Like, I thought Brittany had, through the HOH competition that her and I did together, and I found out, okay, that wasn't true, but I thought that. But in that house, you're so paranoid about so many things. You're just like, okay, I don't know. But then you have to scale back and figure out what to do and how to play your game. And I don't know what your game could actually be once you realize, okay, wait a minute, everybody right there, they're together. They're never going to let you in it. Never. I don't give a crap. They're not going to. So you have to figure out how to play that. And you can't play Big Brother by yourself. You can't. Yeah. But you got to figure out how to last in there and maneuver your way. And there are ways to do it. And I know some of those house guests sitting in there now, they know the way to do it. I know it. Because, I mean, and that's why I gave those rolling of the eyes, because I wanted you to know, I know she lying. Or I know he's lying. Mm-hmm. I know. I'm no fool. Like, I know. But I literally, at points, it's just nothing you can do. And you won't know until you go in the house as a player.
Can you give us one for the show tonight?
And wait a minute, and she drops the mic.
There you go. One last thing I want to add before we jump into some of these questions. I was so confused about the Battle of the Block contest tonight. So it starts off that, okay, it's a contest from the Outback. So this is like shades of Big Brother Canada 3, where we have a product placement veto competition or Battle of the Block competition. All right, so it's about the Outback, and then it was 3 house guests from Big Brother 16 were spotted at the Outback by a newsroom. What newsroom is covering that 3 people from Big Brother 16 went to dinner, and you have to throw paint around the newsroom? And I just didn't understand how paint, the newsroom, and the Outback, and Big Brother 16, all of these things.
They weren't together. Yeah, they weren't related. It was just marginally related. They wanted to find a way for the house guests to get messy and for it to be good TV, and we like good TV.
Yeah, it's like some Mad Libs of how do we come up with these things. All right, give me a restaurant. Give me a location. Really,
yeah, 3 people from Big Brother 16. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into taking some of these questions. Let's start it off tonight. The Adair wants to say, why did Austin tell Jason about the twins? It didn't benefit him at all. Jocasta, did you see any strategic benefit to what Austin did?
No, I see a heart benefit.
That's it?
Crickets.
It didn't work. It didn't work either.
Well, I think what Austin was trying to do is he was trying to say, if I give a little bit of information to Jason, then Jason will trust me and he'll keep the twins safe. Obviously, that's not what happened, but that was his intent.
But Jason, come on, Jason.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not co-signing it. I'm just saying that's his point of view, what he was trying to do.
But if his plan was then Jason will trust me and keep the twins safe, he's telling Jason, hey, let's get rid of Julia. He's telling him, let's get rid of one of them.
Right. He's like, well, if push comes to shove, we want to get rid of the one that's not with me, and we want to keep the one that I like. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He made no sense.
And it's
he
also
should have kept his mouth closed. He has more people than that Jason. So be loyal to those that you have. You have more numbers over here.
It's just paranoia. Yeah, I mean, like, there's no way that Jason was going to be able to do anything, especially with two heads of household. If there was one head of household, I could kind of see it. But given that there's two, Austin was covered.
Austin is focused on what Austin can get.
And what's that?
Austin, that house makes you crazy like that.
Okay. Let's go to Nick 2S. So is it really in Vanessa's best interest to eliminate Austin when Austin isn't actually trying to hurt her status in the game, or is him being a bit self-serving enough justification? So if you're Vanessa, should you get rid of Austin right now?
If I'm Vanessa, yeah, I would.
Why?
Because Austin, he's not good for her game at this point, because you don't know what he's going to open his mouth about. And let's say Liz, she really doesn't, oh my gosh, let's say she hurts his feelings totally, okay? Then hell breaks loose because he is playing with his heart. He's not playing the game. He's playing with his heart.
Yeah.
He's toxic. Gotta go.
How should Liz be handling this? Should she be shutting it down?
If I was like with Liz and Austin, she has one person on her side there. But yeah, she has Shelly, Clay. But that Austin is a ride or die, like Caleb was ride or die. So it's a good thing to have him right there, but throw him out there when it's time so he can get evicted. And I guess this is his time.
Logan Rex says, what's the better couple name, Lizton or Clelly? We saw Vanessa decide which of the two pairs that she was better off being with. She decides to go with Clelly over Lizton. Do you like those couple names?
No.
No, they're both
no, it's neither one. It's supposed to be Slay. Slay, only one you can use.
Yeah.
Because they're actually slaying people in the house. Huh?
Yeah, I like Schley.
So I like that.
Schley, okay. I can go with that.
Banana says Dark Moon. What the hell kind of alliance name is that?
Don't ask.
Do you sign off on Dark Moon as an alliance of 8?
Dark Moon. No.
No.
Hell no.
No!
Dumbest alliance ever that lasted about 23 hours that Vanessa said she was going to get a tattoo of. Stop it.
Dark Moon.
Dark Moon. That's great. I'm going to get a tattoo of that.
Oh my
Dark
God. Save
Moon.
me.
Yep. Jocasta, did you think about getting? Did you think about getting any Big Brother 16 tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos. The only tattoo I ever wanted is butterfly. So no.
There wasn't anything from Big Brother 16 that you thought about getting a tattoo?
I can't do the tattoo.
Okay.
I can't do the tattoo. Maybe when I'm 50.
50? Why 50?
Because I clearly would have shown everything I wanted to show.
Okay.
So where the tattoo goes, it's okay.
I think I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a tattoo when I'm 40. I'm just gonna say "Love you, Bay" right across my chest in like big English letters.
But no, if I do it, I would just literally put BB16.
BB16.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it. Because
Okay.
I'm part of a huge family, and I mean, that's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right. Let's keep going. A few more questions and then live feeds. From Da Ma says, are Shelly and Clay playing the best game? It seems like everyone wants to work with them, and they have Vanessa doing most of the dirty work. Who do you think is doing a better job so far? The pair of Clay and Shelly or Vanessa, Jocasta?
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough.
No, because I would say Shelly and Clay, because they literally have people like puppetry.
Yeah. Is Vanessa playing too hard in your mind?
Is she playing too hard? No, I don't think she is.
Okay.
Because she has a huge number to hide behind still. You know?
All right.
So
yeah, I don't know.
she's pretty covered.
I think she's playing a little bit
You don't
too
think
hard.
she's
And
covered?
I don't think she's covered. I think there was a time when she was covered, but she's so out in front now, so in the forefront of what's going on in the house right now, that I don't really see a way that people are going to forget about her now. I think that might have happened after week 2. I don't think that can happen now.
But I think she can deflect it, though.
Possibly.
I think she can deflect it. She can deflect it to 2 people, babe. 2.
I agree, but she's so smart, though. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Let's take a couple more.
Those 2 people.
Yeah.
All right. Jake Stewart says, wouldn't it have been better for Julia to tell Liz about Austin's plan so she would throw the comp? The plan seemed foolproof. If all the nominees were on the same page, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, but Liz has Austin wrapped around her finger. Why is she gonna want to get rid of Austin?
Why do Liz and Julia want to stay on the block?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That just there's no sense to that.
Okay. Let's take another question. This is from Spring Willis. Now that Audrey is out and Becky and Jackie are starting to play the game more, who is currently the biggest sleeper in the house? First off, I have to say that I thought that Jackie emerged tonight. I thought Jackie, who people have made fun of a lot, including Brittany on Thursday night, I thought that Jackie had a good episode, Jocasta. Are you laughing at Jackie?
I am not. I was so proud of you. Do not know. I was like, Jackie.
She's doing it.
I was like, oh my gosh, she is coming out of the raptures. Oh, go Jackie. You know. But I realized, but people don't understand. Like, she had to lay low in order to make it where she is now. I don't know how she's going to make it any further, which hopefully she does. But I mean, you can't underestimate anything in the game. I mean, anyone, you know, because they have to creep out at some time, at some point, in some fashion. You just have to figure it out. Like I said, you're maneuvering through these people and you're trying to figure out, okay, where can I stand? And she found out, okay, you know what? This is me. I can take control at this point. So she did. And then now she might need to lay back again and let the other people like Steve and Becky be out there like they don't do nothing. What do they do? You know, start saying they've been laying low, like throwing stuff at other people to start looking at these other people so they don't focus on her again. Because the focus will go back to let's put Jackie up.
Brent, I thought that Jackie handled everything well tonight. What did you think of Jackie?
I thought she handled everything. Yeah, I thought she handled everything pretty good. I think that sometimes you can see her emotions on her face a little bit. And as far as the episode goes, I thought she did okay. In real life, I think that maybe her game needs a little bit of work. I do like the fact that she emerged. I actually think that she could become a bit of a comp beast, and please don't throw shade at me for saying that after one competition, but she seemed like she knew what she was doing in that competition. She seemed like she'd been paying attention, so I like her. She's feisty, you know?
I have to say, though, I saw a commercial this afternoon for tonight's Big Brother, and they were like, tonight on Big Brother, two strong women battle it out as they become the HOHs. Like, wow, I mean, Jackie went from now being one of the two strong women in the house. Wow, this is CBS promo department really has a lot of faith in Jackie now.
Yeah, CBS promo department and Julie Chen have not gotten on the same page.
Yeah. Okay. One more question, and then we'll do live feeds. This is from TJ, who says, how often does they haven't been on the block yet really come up as a reason to nominate someone later in the game? Jocasta, is that a real reason, or is that BS when somebody says, well, they haven't been nominated yet, so?
No, that's the crap they throw up. Because it's an easy way out. You know, well, you haven't been up there and everybody's almost had a chance. You know, it's like, this is not kindergarten. We don't all have to have a chance. This is not T-ball. We don't all have to get a hit.
Right. No one ever said that. No one ever said that to Derek. He said, Derek, you haven't been on the block.
Derek.
You need to go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because Jocasta, you know well that it's like, well, Jocasta, you've already been up there before, so I don't want to get more blood on my hands, so let me put you on the block.
Yep. That was always.
Whatever they want to do, they figure out a way to justify.
From my
all right.
duties.
We are going to talk spoilers. Here we go. By the way, we're going to have our Big Brother voicemail show. I'm going to talk with Karen Armstrong tomorrow. Take your voicemail. So go ahead and get those voicemails in robhasawebsite.com/voicemail or 323-282-RHAP. That's 323-282-RHAP or robhasawebsite.com/voicemail. That's going to be up Monday night for you guys. Here we go. Spoiler time.
The Office of Civil Defense has issued the following message. This is
a spoiler.
Warning.
A spoiler.
Warning means that an actual
spoiler
against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken.
Yes, that's right. Left the buzzer in the other room when I went to Anaheim. All right, here we go. Let's talk about spoiler stuff. And, boy, Brent, a crazy weekend of action in the Big Brother house. So why don't you take us through since where we left off from the Battle of the Block?
Right, Rob, how dare you stick me with such a boring weekend in the Big Brother house, right? No, I'm just kidding. After the Battle of the Block, of course, everyone was pretty angsty. Shelley was ticked off that Clay was still on the block. But they thought that we can handle this. Austin's still the target. Vanessa is just going to have to do the dirty work for us. And as long as he doesn't win the POV, he's going to go up. So they picked players for the Power of Veto ceremony, and it was obviously Vanessa, Becky, and Clay playing along with Liz, Johnny Mac, and Shelley. And the thing to keep in mind about that ceremony is that Vanessa got house guest choice, and when she got house guest choice, she chose Shelley, and that raised a few eyebrows. And I think the people who raised a few eyebrows were noticed by Shelley and Vanessa, so that caused a little bit of paranoia. Eventually, we found out that Clay finally won a competition. He's the winner of the Power of Veto. So Clay is coming off the block, and Shelley couldn't be happier.
Okay, so Clay is coming down, and Vanessa has a decision to make. Who is going to go up on the block?
I don't know. I think I have this honest. I just want to tell you guys, I have 3 pages full of notes here. The target obviously was Austin. And then it switched to, well, maybe we can nominate Meg. Then she thought of James, even though he won the Battle of the Block and can't be nominated. Then it went to Becky, Jackie, Austin, Jason, and then back to Jackie. So currently, if you force me to make a bet, I think that it might be Jackie going home, or at least the target as the replacement nominee on the block. But it still could be Austin, and it could be Jason, because Vanessa is one of these people that seems to want, she needs to have a reason, quote unquote, to nominate you. She can't just say, I'm playing for $500,000, get up on the block. She's got to have a reason to nominate you. And I think she's playing a bit too hard right now. So I can take you through what happened, but right now it looks like Austin might be saved.
Okay, well, take me through the weekend through Austin's perspective in terms of confronting Austin coming clean, and all this stuff, and what is Austin and Vanessa's relationship like at this point?
Vanessa and Austin's relationship is tense, but it is salvageable in my eyes. because what happened initially, I wouldn't have said that 24 hours ago, but Vanessa, Shelley, and Austin talked in the room, and they asked him, and it's funny that CBS didn't even cover this, they asked him about the Hinkie vote. Who voted to evict Johnny Mac? He swore up and down that it wasn't him. He gave them his word that it wasn't him. And, of course, they know he was lying because Julia and, by proxy, Liz told Vanessa and Shelley that it was Austin who was trying to frame Steve. So they know he's lying. And then so they sent him out of the room. And eventually, once Clay won the power of veto, he started to get a little bit panicky because they wasn't sure like who's going to be the replacement nominee, and Vanessa was being a little bit vague about it. First, she brought Liz up into the room, and Rob, this is where it gets interesting because Vanessa brings Liz up into the room, and she starts explaining what happened with Austin, and trying to get Julia evicted before Liz, and throwing her under the bus and revealing the twin twist without talking to the other people in the alliance. And Liz said the following quotes about Austin. "I'm not attracted to Austin at all. Between us girls, he likes me, I don't really like him. I was thinking, too, when Austin kissed me. I'm uncomfortable sleeping with Austin. He repulses me, and, quote, he's not even cute." So keep that in mind, that's what she has to say about Austin, right? She has to say that about Austin. So Liz understands that Austin is digging a hole for himself, and he's looking like he's going to go up on the block. So they bring Austin up into the room and start talking to him, and Vanessa basically lays into him and says, she exposes the fact that I knew you were lying to me. Why did you lie to me? And he starts begging Vanessa. It was so pathetic and delicious. To please don't do this. I'm in love with this girl. Please don't do this. I need to get to jury. I need to be there with Liz. That is his reason for wanting to stay in the house. Not that he's trying to win $500,000, people.
You said she needs reasons. Vanessa
right?
works with reasons.
Apparently, Austin needs reasons, too. So he wants to stay in the house just to get the jury with Liz. That's what he's saying. And I actually believe that. I think he doesn't care about the money. I think he just wants to get a piece of A.
I mean, Liz is cool and everything, but is she that great? Is she wifey, Liz?
No, she's not.
Does Liz equal Bay Jocasta?
I can't get over the way she talks. Her vocal fry kills me. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think.
And her sister, they hate your guts.
I don't like Austin. His kissing was not what I thought.
All right, so let's just talk this through from a strategy perspective on both counts.
All right.
If you're Vanessa and you had Austin and his head was in the guillotine, and then you take it out and you let him live to tell the story, don't you run a big risk that he knows that you came that close to whacking him? And isn't that the classic half measure, Jocasta?
Yeah, hello. And that's something and that's the thing. Okay, I get where now I'm rolling back to her doing too much. And right now, yes, too hard, too much. Good Lord. I mean, it's sometimes in the house you can't see your way through. So I'm just going to take it as she damn can't see her way through. She's trying to figure it out. Sorry.
Right.
She's
right.
trying to figure it out.
The problem is that Vanessa...
It's very difficult.
Vanessa gave her word to that group of 8 that she's going to backdoor Austin. And she's also given her word to the Sixth Sense Alliance. And Austin's part of that. So she's going to have to betray somebody at some point. I don't think that there is a way for Vanessa to get out of this week by not backdooring Austin and then to not be targeted in weeks to come. I think if she doesn't backdoor Austin...
Because you can't sacrifice one for 8.
If she doesn't do what the house wants, and by house I mean the other side of the house, I think she's going to be in trouble. I really do. I don't know why she's doing this, but I will tell you that it's amazing that Jocasta is on the show tonight because the symmetry between Jocasta's eviction night, where the night before we thought it was going to be Zach, and then it switched to Jocasta because Derek realized that even though Zach's a little bit annoying, we need him as a number. that's what's happening right now in the Big Brother house, because Vanessa, she doesn't really like Austin. She knows he's a liar, but she also knows that he's not coming after her. And so she's looking to use her HOH. And Steve, it's so funny. Steve's a BB historian. He told Vanessa the whole story about how, you know, Zach was going to be evicted, but Derek realized Zach was a number for him. So he thought, why are we doing this? We're shooting ourselves in the foot. Let's evict Jocasta instead. And I think that made inroads with Vanessa. She really doesn't want to do it anymore.
Why did Jason tell her that story? That was a bad idea to tell her that story.
Well, it was Steve that told her the story, and Steve and Vanessa are working pretty close together.
Boy, so, Steve, what a forgotten person in the Big Brother. Is Steve the new Becky, Jocasta?
What?
He's Becky without the train story.
I was getting ready to say, yeah, he is smart, and he knows what he's doing. And that's why I said sometimes he'll lay back, he lays low, but then he says things when he's supposed to and when he needs to. Everybody else is around there like a chicken with their head cut off, while these other people are back observing, and then they jump in and give little tidbits at the right time. And that was his right moment for him, you know?
Yeah. I really feel like this would be a terrible move for Vanessa to not put Austin up at this point. And okay, it's one thing to say, hey, look, it's Big Brother. I only have the HOH so many times. I need to make sure a big threat goes out. But if you're going to burn the whole house down and you made us swear to everybody in the house and you're going to show your cards to everybody, do it to get out a bigger target than Jackie, Jocasta.
Yeah, you have a point.
I mean, you're going to piss everybody off to get out, to backdoor Jackie?
Point. But she's not thinking like that.
But
she's
remember...
And
go ahead, honey.
No, go, babe. You got it.
Okay, well, I just want to say that, remember that Vanessa, you saw on the show tonight, she gave her word to Jackie. Her word, which means something to Vanessa, apparently, that she's not going to backdoor Jackie. And yet, here we are in the precipice. Here we are in the precipice of that happening. And so I will agree with you on this, Rob. I think it's a terrible move for her not to put Austin on the block now. But it was a terrible move to begin with to consider putting Austin on the block when she didn't have to. She didn't have to agree with these 8 people to do that. She didn't have to agree to backdoor him. But once she did it, I feel like she has to finish this mission. She has to do it. If she doesn't do it, it's going to look terrible to the other side of the house, and they're going to know that they're working together. And I feel like if they come for somebody, they're going to come for Vanessa first, because she's the one who can win competitions.
Right. She's so out in front right
You're
now.
right about that. You're right about that.
And if she was going to make this move and be like, boy, I got to backdoor Jason. Jason is the guy who is really the person who is the brains on the other side of the house. He's such a good player. He's so connected with so many people. Let me take out Jason. I'd say, okay, look, it's a very aggressive move for week 5, but whatever. But to make a very aggressive move and betray a bunch of people to get out Jackie, I don't know what Vanessa's thinking on this, Brent. What am I missing?
And that's what I'm saying. It's too many people.
Too many people.
That is too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's, first of all, you know, she's going to betray somebody, because she's going to betray Jason, because he was part of that whole Dark Moon thing and he knew that Austin was the backdoor target. And if she betrays Jackie, I think that would look terrible. So I don't really know what her move is, other than to put Austin up. And let me just say, Rob, she may yet backdoor Jason. Jason is one of the names floating out there right now. It's a very fluid situation. Vanessa is one of these. Again, she needs a reason. She needs empirical evidence in order to get somebody on the block. So she's trying to create a situation where she can catch them in a lie. But the thing is, she already basically orchestrated the Jeff eviction, and the other side of the house is suspicious of that, so she can't do that again. She's going to have to catch Jason or Jackie in an authentic lie, and it's hilarious what's going on right now, because she thinks that the reason she can get Jackie up on the block is because she thinks Jackie's lying about the fact. In fact, Vanessa's 1,000% sure that Jackie is the person who had the last laugh twist in week 2 and removed Jeff, Becky, and herself from the voting so that she could hide the fact that she was the one who had the twist. Vanessa is positive.
Why does she think that?
She's a poker player. She can read people, Rob. Come on.
But
you can see the frustration in my voice.
Okay, so
I don't know what's going on.
That's the fake reason. What's the real reason? Why Jackie? Why does she think Jackie is such a big threat?
I think that
Jackie's
they don't.
not a threat as of yet.
I think she's a bigger threat than Becky, and that's the other person they were talking about getting rid of for a while. I think Jackie's less forgiving, and they recognize that. And I think that Jackie's feistier and wouldn't hesitate for a second to put Shelly. She wouldn't hesitate for a second to put Shelly and Clay on the block. Yeah.
Okay.
She has balls.
Yeah, exactly.
She's feisty.
Brett,
She is feisty.
did the people on the other side of the house, the Jasons, the Megs, the James, even Jackie herself, and to a lesser degree Johnny Mac and Becky, do they have any sense of what is going on right now?
They do have a sense of what's going on right now, and they're basically saying if Vanessa doesn't do this, she's going to make herself a huge target. Johnny Mac is with Clay more than the other side of the house, I will say. Johnny Mac's just he's kind of whatever. He doesn't really care. So he's cool.
He's both. He's going both.
Yeah, he told Clay that he was cool with keeping Austin and keeping him off the block, essentially. But and one thing I want to make clear, Rob, just to touch on this really quick. When we talk about the other side of the house, that's from our point of view. The house doesn't see that. Jason, James, Meg, Becky, Jackie, they don't realize that there is another side of the house. Evil Dick said it on Twitter, you can't have two sides of the house if one side doesn't realize the other side exists, and that's what's happening. Jason, James, Meg, Jackie, Becky, they don't realize that there's another side of the house that's working together. So
that being said,
yes,
that you have the other side of the house right where you want them. They don't even know who the true enemy is.
Exactly.
At the point where Vanessa puts Jackie up on the block, doesn't Vanessa reveal herself to the people who were blindsided by this as, hey, there was a decision that was made that you were not in on. It is time for you guys to figure out what's going on and we'll start working together.
Yes, it's a terrible move, and I am all for it because it will create more drama.
Yeah.
And that makes great TV.
Yes, yeah. That'll make great TV. Yeah.
Jocasta, you like good TV?
I love it.
Yeah. Brent, you like good TV?
I love good TV.
Does everybody want good TV?
Yes.
Yes.
Supposedly. Supposedly. All right, Brent, anything else before we get back to the questions?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. No, I think...
How was the Outback dinner?
I think it's taking place right now, actually. Clay, I will say, has been the voice of reason. He's been telling people that this is going to draw lines in the house. I think it's hilarious that Vanessa actually said on the feeds that America will hate me if I send both of the Amazing Racers home. And Liz said, this is what Liz said, they were irrelevant.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, Vanessa said, if I break my word to Jackie, she needs to go. I need to catch her in a lie. Vanessa's just talking herself in circles at this point. She's sending Austin on missions to start fights, to catch people in lies, and all she needs to say is, look, I'm playing Big Brother, get up on the block. That's all she needs to do.
Yeah.
And you're right. But nobody, no one ever does it that way.
I know.
Okay. All right. Jocasta, you like that bloomin' onion?
I love it.
It's good, right? It's good.
Yes.
Could maybe Vanessa say that Jackie ate more than she should have from the bloomin' onion? She said she wasn't going to have any, and she ate the whole thing.
Heck, you hadn't had a bloomin' onion in forever. You need that.
It's good. Try to eat only a little bit. It's very difficult. All right. Let's take some more questions.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real, Jocasta. All right. Justin says, live feed question. Vanessa has flipped and flopped on her backdoor target in both of her HOHs. Is this a good or bad quality, flexible or staunch on the game plan? Brent, do you see this as a strength or a weakness?
I see it as a horrible weakness because it's fine if she flips and flops in her own head, but she's been flipping and flopping in front of everybody in the house, and they can see it. They see that she doesn't really have a fixed target. They see that her word cannot be trusted. She hasn't been called out on it yet, but she's going to be if she backdoors Jackie because everyone knows that they agreed not to backdoor each other. She gave her her word.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm ranting now.
No, we'll see.
It's a weakness.
It's a weakness. Okay. Next question. This is from R. Vandervest. I feel like Vanessa is explaining herself too much in the house, or Dark Moon. You don't need to explain your strategy and paint a bigger target on yourself, or go about it in a more subtle way. Jocasta, is Vanessa guilty of over-explaining things?
She does explain herself all the time, and that's a bad habit, like period. So she probably outside of this explains everything that she does, like every move she makes, and she has to like not explain the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that Vanessa and Liz were having a conversation, and Vanessa asked Liz, so who do you think that the other side of the house would target? Who do you think that they think would win this game? And Liz looked at her and said, "You." It was such a drop the mic moment. I loved it. Yeah.
All right.
Liz said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It was you.
What? All right. This is from Tad, who says, which twin will go further? Julie, because she isn't going to work with Austin, or Liz, because people know her better? People knew both as Liz. Jocasta, who you got? Who's going further? Liz or Julia?
You know what? I didn't freaking look at it like that. That Liz, Liz is more outgoing.
Yeah, but she has the whole Austin thing.
Know? She's more outgoing, so Julia, oh, I'm sorry, babe. Bye, Felicia. So Liz, definitely, yeah, I could see it being Liz because she's more outgoing and people take to her more. Unfortunately.
Brent, who's going to be there longer?
I mean, that's messed up. But they'll probably be there, both of them.
I respectfully disagree a little bit. I think Julie will be there longer. I hope she's there longer because I think she's more bitchy in the diary room, and I love her for that. But also Liz is she's joined with Austin at this point, and if Austin for some reason if they're targeting them as a couple and they want to go after Austin and he wins the power of veto, they're gonna evict Liz first. Guarantee it.
Yeah.
You think they really think they're a couple?
I think they kind of look like it. I mean, they know that Liz has Austin, and they know Austin will do anything for Liz. So that's a couple in my eyes.
Jocasta, what do you think about when?
Then she can say.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You faded out, Jocasta. What did you say?
Yeah.
No. What did you say?
What'd you think about when Julia said about Austin in the diary? I loathe him.
Oh, you wanted me to.
Jocasta is speechless.
Right, yeah. For those of you listening to the audio version, Jocasta gave us one of her famous looks and eye rolls.
Boy, that's going to be awkward, though, if it all works out with Liz and Austin. If somehow they do make it to the jury, and then it's like, we hit it off at the jury house, that's going to be awkward after it's over.
That's not going to happen.
Hey, I'm a romantic, Jocasta. I believe in love.
Okay, so you think they're going to get there and it's going to happen that way?
Probably not, but maybe.
Probably not.
Okay.
Crazy things happen in that jury house. Alex.
You know what? Yeah, a lot of crazy things.
It's boring, right, Jocasta?
No.
It's not that boring?
Mm-mm.
Or it's boring, but it's not that boring?
It was interesting.
Oh.
The stories she could tell.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, boy, that would be a newsroom story if you had jury stories from Big Brother 16. Forget who's eating at the Outback.
They would be great stories. They would be so good, juicy.
Like that Outback steak. Alex Honer
Just
says,
like that steak.
I know I haven't seen everything on the live feeds, but how many Becky comp wins did I miss before she became known as a competition beast? Am I missing something? Brett, why does the house think that Becky is a comp beast?
Well, she's capable. I mean, she's won 2 competitions. She won that first Battle of the Block with Johnny Mac, and then she won the second HOH competition where she killed everybody in the puzzle. So I don't know. I don't know that the house is necessarily calling her a comp beast. I think a few people just think let's get rid of her. She's won a few comps, and why not use the HOH to get rid of her?
I think it's because Becky tells people she's also really good in the challenges, right?
She kind of does that, but I noticed today that she was kind of laying it on thick about how she sucked at the challenge. So, but I think that's sort of transparent. I think
She's
people
sweating.
see what she's doing. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Okay. All right. A couple more questions. This is from Countryfied Diva. So is the BB Takeover theme this week Outback Steakhouse or random promos? Yeah. Oh my God. Can you believe this week we missed it?
Get ready for a takeover!
Oh, mate, come on down to Outback Steakhouse.
Right?
Have the
We got your
bread. Oh,
blooming
it's
onions.
delicious.
I can't believe that CBS has not even addressed this. I mean, haven't they said, like, okay, why didn't Julie Chen come on and say, okay, the BB takeover is over? You know, it's just like, where did it go?
It went away.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Jocasta, where's the BB takeover?
It disappeared.
Dis-
And my kids run around the house going, Mommy, BB takeover, BB takeover. I'm like, I don't know what the heck happened to it.
Where's the BB takeover?
Rob,
I
and
guess
remember-
the Wax Street boys took it.
Yeah, exactly. Rob, do you remember before this season we were all angsty about the BB takeover and how we were afraid it was going to screw up the game? And it's been a total nothing. Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Everyone's
Just
like,
enough.
there's no reason for a twist. We don't need to do anything. And they said, okay, fine, no twist. Were you
Right.
happy, Jocasta, they brought Battle of the Block back? The fan favorite Battle of the Block?
Mm,
I have mixed feelings about it.
I do not have mixed feelings about it.
I think in some ways it makes people's heart feel better because your heart drops when you see your face.
Yeah.
Pop up on
Jocasta,
that
isn't it true?
screen.
You're the
But-
queen of the Battle of the Block.
You got shade.
Who's been in the
Yes.
Battle of the Block more than you?
Yes, yes. I was always on the deck of Battle of the Block. My best, but you know something? The one that I enjoyed the most was the one I did was that. Because afterwards, he
Dominoes.
was just cursing everybody out. And I was just like, that, come with that,
Yeah.
come back. It was hilarious. But
Okay,
yes.
let's do a few more. Bobbert Smith says, what is Vanessa's best move at this point after veto?
Put
Is it-
Austin on the block and evict him.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. That's the only
Because
move
that's
that
the
she can
only way to
make.
go.
If she
Co-sign.
gives the house what they want, she slips back into the background, makes everybody happy, makes the target on her back a little bit smaller. If she
Yeah.
doesn't do that, she makes the target on her back absolutely freaking huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked what she said
So she
also
has
about
to do that.
the twins, where if she gets Austin out of the house, when they both are in the house, they're both going to come to her.
Yes. Yes.
It's sort of like a Parvati Micronesia thing going on.
Totally forgotten about that.
Yeah. Have
And
those
then I would
both.
always tell them, you know, I'm getting him out for you.
Yeah, I don't like what he did to
Doing
you.
this for you.
That was messed up. That was messed up that he did
I
that.
don't
Rob-
like it, Liz. I don't
Rob,
like it, Julia. I'm doing this only for you guys. I mean, I really like him, and I love playing with him. But who is he to try to get rid of the both of you when we had already decided what we were going to
Yeah,
do?
girl power.
Right. Rob, I do want to just bring this up really quick. The one thing that's feeding the paranoia about keeping Austin is that Shelley has somehow talked herself into thinking that the other side of the house wanted Becky and Clay to lose Battle of the Block and that they wanted to send Clay home. And that's clouding her emotions. Honestly, I'm serious. She thinks Becky... There's a time where she's thinking, and she may still think this, that Becky was purposely throwing Battle of the Block so that her and Clay would have to sit on the block together, follow my logic here, and that Clay would be sent home and that Becky would stay in the game. That's what Shelley actually thinks.
Shelley, I heard that Becky was trying to get with Clay also.
Right?
I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
that. I heard
So
that.
I think she would be so much better without Clay. I
Heard
really
that.
do.
Yeah. All right. Pixel Girl 999.
See,
Why
there's
does-
Shelley playing with her heart.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Yep. It clouds our judgment.
Yes, all the time.
Tough to be human. Pixel Girl 999. Why does no one in the house seem interested in splitting up the duos? Shelley and Clay, the twins, Liz and Austin, will always choose each other over everyone else. Well, I'm not sure about Liz and Austin, but Jocasta, what is it about this house? And they don't want to split up these pairs.
No, and I've not
Only Jason and
understood
Davon.
it
That
at
was the only
all.
pair that had to be split up.
Right.
And that was dumb. But literally, they will eventually see it because that's how it was in our season. They kept saying, "Oh my gosh, it's Amber and Caleb, Amber and Caleb," and I kept I was like, "It's really not Amber and Caleb, so to speak." But once they see that, or like Nicole and Hayden, once they start seeing that for themselves, at first they allow these people to keep going. And then all of a sudden you start seeing them and you're like, oh, wait a minute. We forgot about them. And that's what's going to happen, though. But it may be a little too late.
All right. Last question here with Jocasta. This is from Mark Stabation, who says, can they throw Austin's GF into the house as a twist? Oh, how great would that be to bring back the BB takeover of...
Get ready for
the
takeover! Yeah.
I
Austin?
would so love that.
Austin?
That would be, or, no, better yet, let her do a video. Everybody to the living room.
Yeah.
Everyone to the living room. And then her just go, she doesn't even have to say we're not together anymore. All she has to do is pop up on the screen and be like, hi, Austin.
Yeah. Austin, do you have anything you want to say to me?
Yeah, Austin's been telling the house
gosh.
that they were in an open relationship, which apparently is not true. But that's what he's saying on the live feeds to try and make himself feel better and look
Open
better.
relationship.
Open relationship.
Yeah.
Open to you.
Yeah.
It's only open to him.
I think he's going to be in a closed relationship pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Open relationship. That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right.
That's hilarious.
Jocasta, lots of fun tonight. Thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun show. I think a lot of people are going to go back and watch this. If they listen to the audio version, you might need the YouTube version.
Exactly.
Of course, you can see it at robbinswebsite.com/YouTube. Jocasta, you working on anything fun you want to let people know about?
Oh my gosh, yes, all the time. Every morning they can listen to me on the radio, going to work or wherever you may be. You can listen to me on nojunkproduction.com or 860 here in Atlanta.
What do you talk about?
OMG, life. Because you know I'm a life coach by trade, so I'm trying to tell everybody how to get their life. With a little bit of good juice in the morning time to get your day going. Also, I'm on 108 Praise, and that's a fun job, too. And I'm going to do a BB eviction on Thursday at Big Ed's Barbecue. So everybody should come out. It's in Riverdale on 138.
Okay. So,
I will do that.
all right. So you're going to be live at Big Ed's Barbecue at the eviction?
Eating some Mama J loaded potato.
Jocasta, were you upset that Davon referred to herself as Mama Day? Was that too close to Mama J?
No, I thought it was cute.
Okay, so no issue there.
No shade. I love it.
All right. So if somebody comes in next season and says, "Hey, call me Mama Ray," that's fine.
Oh no. No, that's a bit much.
Yeah. A bridge too far, Rob.
Yes.
All right. Jocasta, what's your Twitter handle again? I want to make sure I get it right. It's Jocasta O, right?
Yes.
Jocasta O. Great.
That's very simple.
Very simple. It's very simple. All right, and Brent. Wait, what are you doing, Jocasta? Where are you going? Wait, hold on. Okay, so yeah, Jocasta has props here. So
yes.
If you're watching the YouTube version, it's Jocasta O.
Jocasta O, all one word. Yes.
Yeah, this is better than Connor's Train.
Right.
People sending me freaking messages about Connor's Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, that might be the hashtag for tonight's show is Connor's Train.
Gotta be. Yes.
Let's lock that in. Connor's Train is the hashtag.
Got him.
Got him. All right, and then Brent, of course, you can follow Brent on Twitter. He's at OneLuckyGay. That's ONE Lucky Gay on Twitter. Brent, anything else you want to let us know before we sign off tonight?
I don't want to let you know anything else except that it's a very fluid situation. Anything can happen, so you definitely want to follow listen to the Monday show with Taryn Armstrong tomorrow and find out what's happening on the live feeds tonight because Vanessa's got to make a decision by tomorrow for the veto ceremony, and I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, and usually I do that show in late afternoon, probably around like 6:30 or so Eastern time, and I'll probably Periscope that tomorrow since it'll probably be an interesting veto ceremony that happens on Monday morning in the House. All right, so we want to hear from you guys in the comments on robhasawebsite.com. Always appreciate hearing what you guys have to say. We posted our Evolution of Strategy Chapter 20 free preview this weekend as well. You can hear that at RHAPisawebsite.com/free20 with the number 20. Josh Wigler and I are going to be recording a special Evolution of Strategy show later this week, probably on Tuesday, so I'm going to have a way for you guys to send in your questions about the first 20 seasons of the Evolution of Strategy, so that's coming up this week as well. So a lot going on. Looking forward to getting back into this on Monday, talking about what goes on overnight and taking your voicemails. RobIsAWebsite.com/voicemail or 323-282-RHAP. One last time, Jocasta, give out that Twitter.
It's here, Jocasta O.
Jocasta
Check
O.
me out or go to my website at jocastaodom.com.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll talk again soon. Take care. Bye.